Yeah, happy 1 year to me. 1 minute here. I'm in a place where my camera is not on, but let me get to where I can put my camera on. You got a quick minute?
Sure. Just let me know once you're ready. All good, all good. Feel free to chime in. So I'll just do some intros. We'll have you up in a little bit. But welcome, guys. Grateful to have you here. Welcome to our new partner onboarding. We'll go through a lot of cool things today. If I haven't met yet, my name is James Zhang. Honored to have you here. And this call specifically is for the Warrior Movement organization. We have a collaboration of organizations within what's called the Champions Network. And it's just so cool because this business, I just want to encourage you, is so crazy. If you were to tell me 16 years ago when I first got started in this business as a 19-year-old broke college student, I was looking at old photos today. Have you guys ever looked at old photos of you and like, what was I thinking at that time? I used to have pierced ears. I thought it was cool and stuff. I was in an Asian frat and I'm like, I got this on life, right? And then you realize you really don't know much about anything. But I got started then. If you were to tell me back then that now I'd be able to have a global organization and travel the world and impact lives and have thousands of people in the organization and just work with amazing people that are just awesome, just like each and every single one of you. I would have told you had the wrong guy because I remember when I first got introduced this concept, my fear was even just, can I even like make a single penny? I convinced myself that I would never make money here, but I joined because I love the community. I loved what I could learn here, and the products are pretty cool as well too. But I decided to follow the system. I followed my mentors, and it wasn't a fast grower at all. Some of you are fast growers, like must be nice. I was very slow, but slow and steady, I guess, wins the race. But it's really about consistency over the course in time. And I'm just telling you, as you just keep on doing the daily deal, I'll walk through today what is our daily method of operation. Sean, I know, was talking to me the other day, and welcome to the family, man. He's like, what's your daily method of operation? We'll walk through exactly what that is today and how that scales, what that leads you to, how to help you make your first paycheck, your first $1,000, and then to be able to, if you want to be able to make a six-figure plus income. Who here would love that opportunity to be able to do that, by the way, if that's possible? Give me a wave. Yeah, or put a me in the comments below. So those are huge, but it all starts with the fundamentals, the basics. So we want to get you oriented, get you equipped, and then get you launched and everything. If there's one thing that I will say is this is success loves speed, right? Success loves speed. And if I could do everything all over again, what I would have wished I did was I was the type of person that had to wait for perfect conditions to do something. I had to memorize everything, know all the stuff, and then I felt comfortable to do something. I realized I was shooting myself in the foot. And the most successful people in the world, what they do is they make a decision, they don't know the details, but they just start learning and kind of failing forward. And you learn more through the do. And this is a very forgiving business, right? So, with that said, yeah, Mr. James L, but consistency is a very big thing. We live in a day and age now where people jump around from thing after thing, job after job, business after business. And it's like they're planting foundations everywhere where nothing ever actually grows. So to actually be committed to something for a long period of time, who here, by the way, has been involved in this business for over 1 year already? Put a one in the comments if that's the case. If not, like, yeah, Diane is. I know Joanne is. So we have many, right? But James, I wanted to bring him up because he just got another partner started. Actually, he's still doing the deal, growing a cool business. James, you are now a director. Is that right?
Senior
Senior
director.
director. It's going to be a vice president very soon, and officer very soon as well. But James, you've been involved now for a year. Tell us what's happened in a year for you, and what are some of your reflections?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you what. Um, it started with the health for me. I got off to a fast start. So within the first week, I dropped 10 pounds and 2.5 inches, and I was blown away. So I was hooked on the products right from the get-go. The drops started with the drops. So, and then in 4 months, in 4 months, it was 48 pounds, 7.5 inches. So it's a year, kept it off. Really haven't been hungry. Oh, look at that. That was James. Thank you. Yeah. So I haven't been hungry in, I would say, probably many, many months. No cravings, no sugary cravings. So I just got hooked on the drops, added Renew. And since I started feeling gym and feel like so I'm 59 and I
Wow.
and I really feel and this is no joke that I think I feel I would say at 29 and that's from my heart. That's real serious. That's not anything, no hype. So 59 and I feel 29. And then if you look at the business, I come from a traditional business background, brick and mortar. I like to say I went to click and order. And I've done some network marketing, as you know, James, with a couple of big companies, billion-dollar companies, and did well. Did some team building, but here it was just different. It was just different. The system, when we say you got a 7-day launch plan to get out of the gate and get some commissions in your pocket and get some profitability going, that's where it's at right there. It was just different. It wasn't the old, break out the who do you know, the telephone book back in the day or whatever it was, or your names list. It was the social what we do works with the social stuff, the system of growth,
Mm,
and I was literally amazed. So it came out the gate with on the business side. You said, "Hey, look, we got the onboarding," which now has been updated. Bot is like the coolest ever.
yes.
Bot is a sweetheart. So here it was doing the launch pin post, and actually my newest brand partner, I don't know if she's on, but Candace, congratulations to her. But she came from, I was just going through my launch pin post from a year ago, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't even reach out to her. I didn't see where I didn't get a notification. I missed it. And so I just struck up a conversation with her yesterday, and now she went from, customer and then a day upgraded to brand partner and now has people that's going to be on the challenge call and she's going through onboarding. It's just so the system of growth. Think about that, James. Just that one post made a year ago brought somebody brand new in today.
Wow.
You
Wow.
know, so
And she reached out. She's like, I'm gonna be the next top 1% here, six-figure earner. So
yeah, so she's all fired up and
wow.
excited.
The
So
system works if you work it, man.
oh,
James.
yeah, it does. And let me just say this too, and it's not to brag or boast, but in the first 8 months was able to rank up 8 times here. And the paychecks have been just consistent and growing. So
Come on, Mr.
yeah,
James. We are so proud of you, man. Congratulations. It's an
yeah,
honor
thank
to
you, James.
partner. Of
Yeah, thanks for saying yes many years ago, 13 years ago, so I could say yes.
Hey, that's how this all works. It's an honor, man. Congrats. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Man, and thanks for coming on with no upfront notice at all. So I just love our team. And I'm curious, who here has ever had exposure to any other network marketing business where they kind of did things where they kind of, I call old school, get out your list of names and start dialing everybody and start pitching them and all that. Like that's how I grew up. There's nothing wrong about it. Like that works still. But we are going to show you a simple way where really, I think, especially for today's day and age, here's why this business works. Okay. We know exactly, people know now that they want to be healthier. So they need to find something that really works. And we have products like the drops that have been consistently generating results for over 13 years. So people love what this has. Number two, people also do want to make money and they would rather do it from home, especially post COVID. And they know network marketing works, but most people don't want to do it like what they are familiar with network marketing as. Who here, by the way, does not like feeling like a salesperson? Like you don't like to force things down people's throats, right? No one likes to feel that way. And also, people are busy now, right? Like back in the day, my house was not a home, it was an office location. So we do meetings all the time. And as much as you love me and I love you, I'm sure you'd rather spend more time with your family rather than us. There's no offense to that. So we have a system that's totally online, which you can, of course, put offline things to it too. But that's why it scales so much. So this is my encouragement to everybody. I was chatting with Ellen earlier today. She just got on board. Welcome to the family. And she has many skills and talents, online marketer, lots of cool things. But my encouragement to her was this, and this is for everybody. Until you achieve some really cool success in this business, that I would highly encourage focus, especially for the first 90 days, focus on the system that we're going to show you, get it down to the T, and really make that your main thing. use some other times off to the side and you can innovate and have fun and all of that. But the system works if you want to duplicate, because who here wants a business that is exponentially growing and can lead to recurring income? It pays you even when you don't work, right? So the only way that that happens is, of course, if you have a good product that works, but also if you have a system that scales. And the system has now led to global growth and everything. So that's what I want to walk you through today, on what we want to do together. All right. So let me start with a little bit of a overview of where we want to take you along in this journey. Okay. Goals are important. So we have this whole six-figure blueprint that we talk about. And I've worked with this comp plan now for, gosh, 14 years. And I've seen that there's certain drivers in here that if you focus on and if you duplicate, they're going to do really well. So for example, one major goal at first is we want to make sure we lock you in at what's called ultimate. All right. If you're already ultimate, put a U in the comments below. All right. Ultimate doubles your bonuses for life. Ultimate, once you get there, you're there for forever. Ultimate unlocks a big bonus called matching bonus, which actually becomes the biggest bonus in this compensation plan. Who here would love it, for example, if you sponsored a James Zhang one day, right? If you sponsored James Zhang, okay. Let's just say James Zhang, I'll just throwing out even numbers here. Let's say I make 500 grand a year, okay? If that's the case, what if you can make a lifetime 15% match on top of that every year? That's an extra $75,000 that year just because you sponsored me. But what if it's not just who you sponsored? What if I sponsored a top money earner? Let's say it's a James Laponzi. Let's say James Laponzi makes 500 grand a year too. With matching bonus, you get 10% of his income. You get 5% of who he sponsors, and actually goes 7 generations down, and it explodes. So that thing gets crazy. Okay. Why do I bring that up? Matching bonus gets unlocked when you're at ultimates as well. So if you don't have that, you're missing out on the biggest bonus in the long run, which is huge. Okay. Don't leave money on the table. So you get there. How do you get there? 1,500 points. You can buy it. Some people like buying a bull pack for themselves. They can buy products for their family. They can buy some products to resell, up to you. Or you can buy some and sell. You can sell to customers. Okay. We show you actually in your first month, as you run through our system, if you can sell around 30 drops, and we'll show you how to do that in 1 month, you can profit over $1,000+ and get yourself up to the ultimate level as well. Okay. So we'll show you these things that might sound like a lot or a little to you, but just giving you a framework on that. So if you're still with me, give me a wave or put a 1 in the comments. Okay. Just giving you some bearings. And by the way, if you've been around and you've already launched, if you ever feel like, you know what, I want to like pick things back up again, just go back through this goal and do it again, like play it again. Once you do that, then you're going to start getting promoted. And what do you do next? You're going to start building a team. We'll show you through our system how you heard what James said. He got a customer. We lead with the drops typically. We lead with the customer, and we'll show you how to upgrade them to become a partner. This person started as a customer. And James, did I hear you right? In one day, she become a partner. Was that right?
Yes, it was one day. She yesterday was a customer, and then today said I want to upgrade to a brand partner. Now has people coming on the call. So,
Oh
and
my
it was
God.
that was just the system. It was the scripts, and boards that did that. It wasn't nothing I did anything special. That's what we have here as a team.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll walk you through all of that type of stuff. So the system works. James is just literally just following the bouncing ball. Not everyone does that, but some will. And now what you do is you start building your team. So we tell you build 2 teams. All right. So start to get this visual. And as you build that, and you help them go ultimate, and you help them go down this line, you're going to start getting promoted to things like manager. And look at this chart here, by the way. It's good to have kind of a metric in mind, a target in mind. You can make more than all of this, but these titles correlate with monthly income averages. Managers typically make 1,100 a month. Directors, 2,000 plus a month. Vice president, 3,000 plus a month. Put in the chat, which title would you want to be at to be able to, like, what kind of an income would you want? That seems really transformational for you. And if you want more, don't worry. There are people making 7 figures a year in this business. There's unlimited amounts of things that you would want. Sonny wants senior officer, Shelly wants senior officer. Awesome. So keep that in mind. These are all absolutely possible. And you begin with the end in mind. Okay. Then we backtrack. I know. Now you feel awkward if you don't put senior officer in the chat because everyone's putting senior officer. I guess I just got to aim for 6 figures. Not a bad thing there. So it's literally who's going to break the mold and put something else. No, it's all good. So keep that in mind. But how? It starts with just scaling the simple stuff. Okay. So how do you do that? All right, Sean's got it. CEO. Yeah, just up the bar. I love that. CEO is like 30,000 a month, right? So that's really cool on what you could do. So the way we do this is we have a simple onboarding system. This is the link. If you are new with us, you more than likely got a welcome message. But if not, go to this link, wellness360.community/links. And we have an onboarding system in here. Lots of cool links. You can click around, play around with things. But the most important one, what James Laponzi was saying, I got to tell you, something that we pride ourselves in this organization is the best and most innovative tools. By the way, if you would like to recruit big leaders, one of the biggest things that they want is they want systems that scale and work. This link that I'm about to point to, called the Alice Spot, we have leaders, Liz and Tiff, that they're experts in building out things like what is here. Go through this. Who here has already gone through Alice? Put a me in the comments if you've gone through there. This will actually spoon feed step by step with you exactly what to do next. Twice. Awesome. If you haven't gone through it for a while, you might consider going through it again. So just to remind yourself on the process of this. Nancy, good job. So it gets you little details like connecting to your groups. And ultimately, it'll actually teach you how to launch your business. Okay. So what's our system actually? What do we do to get customers and to get partners? Well, James Laponzi, so I won't go through that today, but you can walk through this. The password is champion, as it says right here. But what James did is you do what's called a color block pinned post. Lisa goes back to the onboarding page often. Yeah, it's super helpful, right? So this is a post that we pin to the top of your page, and it's like your first marketing post. We're going to show you to add new friends, for example. We start with Facebook because Facebook is where 2 billion plus people in the world are, and Facebook is the highest converting platform, and most people are on this. Okay, and even if you feel like you started with nothing on your Facebook, it's okay. You give it a couple of weeks. I'll walk you through a little bit on how you can actually expand your Facebook. But people will continue to watch this, right? James has 110 people that like this post, 151 comments. And as he said, 1 year later, he got the same one. 1 year later, he had someone ask and join that could be his next top money earner. You just never know. So you make that post. Once you do, people are going to start to comment. We then have what's called our boards. Okay, you'll get this in your onboarding. In boards, these are done for you marketing posts and scripts. So for example, when you go to this Sell, Slenix, and Accelerate, we'll give you in our 7-day launch folder these posts. You're like, how do I do what it is that James Laponzi did? Well, we literally have ideas for you on what to post that work. Why is James Laponzi doing consistent business? He's just following the system to the T. Okay. You have that. You then also have replies to these. So what do you say when someone's interested? Who here has ever been scared to talk to someone because you're scared to pressure them? You don't know what to say, or you don't know what to say with the questions, right? So we literally will tell you there's like a 1, 2, 3. This will lead you to exposing them to the right information about the product. This will also lead you to upselling people to buy more than just one set of drops. In fact, we have a 4-pack here, where if you sell a 4-pack of drops to a customer, you can make around $200 per sale of that. I was talking to one of our teammates, Kelly, the other day, Kelly Herwell. She sold 3 of these 4-packs within a couple of days. She's a hairdresser. She's super busy, but she's selling this too. She's following the stuff. That's like an extra $500, $600. Like that's not too shabby. Who here could use an extra $500 a week? Like, and it's not too tough. Just all the stuff is in here, personalized a little bit, of course. But yeah, on that note, I do want to mention to you in the team, we actually have some fun things going on now. Okay. Is anyone here competitive? You don't mind a good challenge. And Diane's like, let's go. Ellen's like, you just said competition, my favorite word. All right. So what we have going on now is in the Warrior Movement organization, we have a drop sales challenge. Okay. Everyone here is welcome to do this. It started April 30th. It concludes in 5 days from now, May 11th. All right. Very simple. For every one set of drops you sell to a customer or to an enrolled brand partner, someone you sponsored personally, you get a raffle ticket for drawing of our hot product called Ab Vantage. This is a fat burner, burns a visceral fat. Lots of people, if you've already used Ab Vantage, throw in the chat. What are some cool things you've noticed with Ab Vantage? Like, it is so hot. I'm actually going out to Australia this Saturday. I have some teammates, they don't have it in Australia yet. And they're like, James, can you like smuggle in some Advantage for me, for us? And I literally have like a whole box of Advantage that hopefully they won't stop me at customs or something. They're like, what is this, drugs? No, this is good stuff for you, right? Yeah, Sonny's getting his abs start to show 2 inches off your hips, broke your plateau, 2 inches from the waist. Let's go. Right. So you have a chance for every one set of drops that you sell to a customer partner, you'll get one raffle ticket. Okay. And the ultimate win is if you sold the most in this period, you'll be able to get a one-on-one coaching session with me. Now, I didn't put that at first, by the way. All right. I don't toot my own horn, but we had teammates who said, can we have it where like, what if we could do a coaching session with you? I'm like, do you want that? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, sure, let's go. Right. But I'm down. What I'd love to do with you, by the way, is put together your life goal, put together this comp plan, plug it all in, and give you a clear path where you have clarity. I love to unblock things. So I love one-on-one opportunities. So that's going to be super fun. So if you're interested in participating in this at all, put a me in the comments below. Like, and I just encourage you, just immerse yourself, jump in the game, have fun. What's the goal? We just want to help encourage you and empower you to learn, to grow, and just we play these games to just have fun, right? Win or lose, you're winning, right? Because you're challenging yourself, and you're challenging yourself, Shelly, and that's the goal, right? Progress equals happiness. So if you want details on this, we have in our team page of Warrior Movement in the featured section, we have this link so you can read all about it, and there's a form to fill in when you sell and all these things, Lisa. So, and Lisa just got a new partner on board. So congratulations to Lisa. You are crushing it. And she's also a prayer warrior. She prays us out in our daily income producing activity call. So super appreciate you for that. Okay. What about when you sell drops, you purchase sell? Yeah. If you have your own set and you're selling it, sure, that's fine. As long as it's your drops going to somebody that's not you. Perfect. Right. So totally fine. Honor rule on you, and we trust you guys. So that's going on. Anyone can win that. That's in 5 days from now. Okay. So you go through that launch post. You're going through the boards. You're starting to now go through that flow. Well, what else are we going to do as well too? Well, as you go through the launch week, one thing I'll give you the daily methods of operation here. Okay. We have a daily coaching call, by the way, that is called our income producing activity call. Because the reality is this: mastery takes time. This is not a get rich quick overnight thing, but it is pretty quick. Okay. Like it's quick relative to other things. But we want to help immerse you and to help you to learn faster. Is anyone here the type of person that you learn faster when there's others doing this with you, right? Doing something with you. You can learn from their successes, their mistakes. You can learn through observation. You can have accountability. Right? One of the biggest things why those people that get successful in anything is they have accountability, they have community, they have support, right? So we want to immerse you in that. So every day, Monday through Friday, we do a live Zoom call called our income producing activity call. If you've been on any one of them, put IPA in the call in the message below. We put them on a replay too. But they are just, I've noticed the ones that are committed to this call, they're growing. consistently. They're learning. We get little tips and tricks. You hear from the entire community and you really get spot on ideas that are actually leading to income. Okay. So it's every day from 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern for like 45 minutes. And they're fantastic. So you can plug into any of them. And on that, we do talk about this. We have a daily income producing activity tracker. This is found in your boards under the IP trackers folder. But we have broken this down. If you have 30 minutes a day, 60 minutes a day, what do you do every day? Let me keep it simple. I know there's a lot of words. You can read through this later. Here's our baseline system on how to consistently grow over time. Every day, you're going to make 2 posts a day. One is about the drops to promote and market. We give those to you in boards. We also tell you make a post about you, a personal post, because you're not a box of drops. Okay. Who here has ever seen someone on social media and their entire page is just sales, right? It's like their profile picture is a product. And you're like, I did not come to your page for a product. I want to get to know you. So people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So what we tell people to do is every day also start sharing some things about yourself, right? We call this a lifestyle post. Talk about your family, your faith, your friends, your fun, your humor, like whatever that it is. Like Ellen Martin shared with me a beautiful story about her Damn It doll. That is something that I would love to, like, that's so powerful. Like that, this is what builds trust and relationship. When you start to share about who you are. I'm going to ask a dangerous question here. Throw in the chat. Dogs or cats? Dogs or cats? This might start a fight, but I wonder. Dogs. Neither. If neither, what else would it be then? Okay. Both? That's a nice politically correct answer. They're nice. Dogs? Okay. A lot of dog people. Yeah. So imagine you throw that on your social media, just fun things, right? So have fun. Of course, dogs. Yeah, right. I'm a dog person. I like cats. They're cool. They're kind of too cool for. I would say my dog. I have a 6-pound Maltese named Coco. She acts like a cat though. Like she like, yeah, she's weird. But these are things that people want to know from you. They come onto social media to be entertained, right? So imagine every day you start posting some things about you, things that you care about. Here's a quick note. If you hear or see or encounter anything that conveys an emotion from you, you laugh, you cry, you smile, you jerk, anything that triggers you emotionally, that's an idea for some type of a post. So for example, for me, I'm a new dad. So something I started doing is I'm posting daily dad jokes. They are so bad. All right. They like make me groan. But I'm now looking for dad jokes and I don't post all of them, but I find some are like, oh, like I find some that make me laugh. And I share that, I post that. And you know what's starting to happen is people know that about me now. They start sending me dad jokes. It's a relationship building business. Okay. Remember, if you want more business, all business is from conversation. The cornerstone of business is relationships. So, what do we do in this business? You make more friends. All right. And we teach you how to do that on social media. So, every day, make 2 posts. And this IP tracker has a couple of things. You can go through that. But here's the most important ones on here. Every day, have new conversations with people. We say at least have 10 new conversations. Okay. So how do you do that? You go to your Facebook, you see who's liking your post, starting a conversation. It's not, hey, Diane, do you want to buy my drops? It's not necessarily that. It's, hey, Diane, how are you? Be a real human being, right? And you start having these genuine relationships. We have something called the engagement sandwich, which is before you make a business post, go onto your feed on your Facebook and like and comment on 10 of your friends so that you're adding love. Like and comment on 10 people's stories post, and then do the same after. The more connections that you have, the more conversations you have, the better. And you will notice, I've seen people that had like no Facebook presence. In a couple of weeks of doing this consistently, they're adding new friends, they're just continuing to expand. They see their complete transformation in their social media where people actually see their posts, they're buying from them, they're joining from them. They're doing that. I know James Laponzi is constantly doing this. He's so consistent with his posts every day. And that's why even a year later, he has new business coming in because he's now grown credibility and consistency. Okay. But I promise you, give it a couple of weeks, couple of months, this whole thing can change. And this is the cool part. Once you build it, it's like you built a brand for yourself, you built trust, the business gets easier. People start getting to know you for something. And then your brand becomes an influence. And all of a sudden, people start flocking to you. Okay. So set that as an intention. Here's, yeah, Lisa, consistency is a big thing. Think about a word, by the way. I want to challenge you guys on this. If people knew you for something, what would you want them to know you for? Put a word or some words in the chat. Like if people think about a Joanne or think about a Sunny or think about a Nina, what would you want them loving well? Right? Nancy, a story lasts for 24 hours till they disappear. Compassion, right? Like sincerity, fantastic. Heart talk, yeah, James definitely gets that. Yeah, thriving, for sure, right? So these things are built up over the course of time. And once you build it, it's absolutely powerful, but it takes some work and it takes some consistency. But it's so powerful. Your personal brand is one of your most highly valued assets in the world these days because there's bajillions of products and business out there, but there's only one of you and you are unique. Okay. So I hope that makes sense there. So you're going through this daily income producing activity tracker. You're making your post. You're doing the engagement sandwich. You're going through the scripts. You have a goal in mind and you're like, all right, I'm going to hit ultimate. Okay. I'm going to help others do the same thing. Okay. I'm going to help them launch their business. I'm going to help to start to duplicate this thing. And next thing you know, you're going to start making money. You're going to start scaling your business. You're going to start winning trips. You're going to start doing all these cool things. But it's all based on that baseline of how we do this. Okay. So if that makes sense. All right. Let me talk about a couple more things real quick. I just want to give you an orientation, a lay of the land to give you the big picture. So then the small things are simple. Okay. Who here feels a little bit more clarity on the big picture right now? Give me a wave or put me in the comments. You're like, okay, I can kind of see how this works now. There is a organization to the chaos seemingly here. Okay, it works. It works for any single type of person. All right, two things I want to encourage you on. Getting clear, good. And remember, it takes time. It's not going to be overnight, but keep on plugging in and multiple exposure will be good. All right. We have a unique opportunity right now where what I love about Partner Co. and this organization, we're always giving you things that you can leverage that think if you're in business for yourself in any other business, you would have to think about these campaigns and fund for them yourself. One of the powerful things about being in network marketing and specifically Partner Co. is this company constantly is investing in us, really relevant things that we can use to drive our business. So one of that is we are launching what's called a body balance challenge. Okay. This deals around the drops. It's a 28-day challenge and it's get your best results ever. And you can win up. There's $9,000 of cash prizes in this things, guy. It's great. I've done these for 13 years and bar none, this is always the challenge that number one, people get the best personal results. There are $1 million stories from those that joined this themselves. But number two, it's also our number one business driver. I've seen people get promoted left and right just by driving this challenge. James Laponzi mentioned his new teammate that was a customer yesterday, partner today, already has multiple people coming in and taking a look at this challenge. So here's an opportunity for all of us. And if I were you, I'd be driving this call like crazy. All right. Glenda just registered. Congratulations. Let's go. Absolutely register yourself. It's free to register. Just make sure you have the product, right? So Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have a prospect facing call where our Vice President, Dan Colley, Dr. Crystal Vance, if you're not familiar with Dr. Crystal, She lost more than she now weighs in weight from this whole program. Doctor as well. One of the best when it comes to explaining the drops. Many of us have made money off of her because of what she's already contributed, right? Kristen White, gym owner, knows everything about the product. And we just got confirmation that we have a special new speaker. Some of you may have heard that there is a new chief science officer in Partner Co. They just hired a guy named Dr. Joshua Plant. And Dr. Joshua Plant is somebody that is absolutely famous in this industry. Let me see if I can find a picture from him. But he is somebody that is known around the world. And it's going to be his first call that he's going to be coming on and bringing this. Let me tell you the power of Joshua Plant. I was just on a call with somebody that this person's made millions of dollars in this type of business. Now just joined Partner Co. about to launch their business. This person was skeptical about the product, as most of us are. This person got on the phone with Dr. Joshua Plant, and the way that he explained it, right away, this person was like, I need to be on board, and I need this person onto my calls. Like, I'm going all in. So if Dr. Joshua Plant could get someone excited like that person that's highly skeptical, been involved in the industry, what about for my mom, right? What about for my friend? And that's just a power-packed call. So we have this, our Wellness 360 group I was just flashing there. That's our prospect-facing customer group. But you'll see this in all of our pages. You'll see this in all of our Telegram groups. Alice bought that onboarding that will get you connected to all this. So what I would recommend, what I'm doing for sure, is this Thursday, I'm promoting this call like crazy. And I'm getting as many people as possible onto this call. How do you do it? I'm glad you asked. In boards, we actually have, there's a folder here that talks about the Body Balance Challenge. So you open this up. What if we actually gave you scripts on what to say to people to get them interested? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, what do you know? In how to promote the challenge, we literally have scripts on how to invite people to take a look at this challenge and stuff. Okay. So all that's there, it's just up to us to take that and to run with it. So I would recommend drive that call, get an opportunity. And by the way, if we have 1,500 lines, they're going to be raffling out in honor of Mother's Day some diamond earrings. And I want that to be raffled. So we got to pack that like crazy. Okay. Last thing is in this organization, one thing we're very big on is helping you have lifestyle. Many of us in the company just came back from a trip in Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. And we came back and we're like, we need to help the rest of our team get there as well too. So we're planning a team trip to Punta Cana, July 17th to 20th. It's our champions retreat. We want to get up front, close and personal, have a lot of fun, all-inclusive resort, all you can eat, all you can drink, fun in the sun, all that stuff. A well-needed vacation. You can bring your family, you can bring friends. We have all the details on the championsnetwork.org. You can check that out. But I bring this up because we have 4 weeks on the clock to qualify. Everyone here can do it if you want to. We welcome you. But we made an announcement today as a leadership. We said, you know what? If you want to run for this as a certain qualification, anything you do this week counts as double. So there are people that are like, whoa, I could just do it right now. So if you want to do that, and everyone, I'd encourage and challenge you to be a part of this, check that out, read all about it, jump in the pool literally with us. You know, it is huge, Diane. I can't wait. I know you're coming already. Sunny's right around the corner for qualifying for this. What I'm excited about the most in this, I know there's going to be somebody that literally jumped on board. It could be you or someone in your team that had no idea that this happened. They come onto the trip, they walk out with their hair on fire, and they become the next top money earner. I've seen that happen over and over and over again. So what would I do? If you're not opted in, come onto this, opt in with us, join this. If you already are running for this, of course, qualify, but think who else can I get in? Because that person could be that next superstar. All right. So with that said, wanted to give, let's go, Lisa. You got to be there with us for sure. I want to give a lay of the land. As you see, there's a lot of cool opportunities here. Last encouragement, just take things step by step. Jump in the pool, take it step by step, go through the onboarding, Just follow the bouncing ball, immerse yourself. And you're going to learn and find that through osmosis, just being around the environment, you're going to grow in your skill set, grow in your confidence, grow in your product knowledge, grow in your income, grow in your joy, because that's what this thing is all about. All right, everyone. Other than that, hope you're amazing. Hope you're doing amazing. Thank you for joining us for this partner onboarding. Hope you got something from today. If you have any questions, let any of us know. Other than that, let's crush it.